Okay, welcome to week 6 of math class. Week 6 here, we're going to learn about Pythagorean's theorem this week. So Pythagorean theorem deals only with right triangles, so triangles that have a right angle in them. So looking at today's work, Monday, we want you to go back into Dreambox and get 3 lessons for the week. Complete the check-in form, that's right here. And then there's an introductory video. So go ahead and get the check-in form done. And just to recall, when you go into Dreambox, you have to go through Clever. So that's through Clever for the Dreambox. Okay, so after you do the check-in, then Ms. Hartman would like you to pick one introductory video from below. Look at this. There are 9 choices below here. It's a choice board. So you choose one and then take this smiley face and drag it on top of the one that you chose. So you have a choice of football, math antics, a real world application, a TED Talk, a story about Peter Pan, a song, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, a robot, or water. Now you could do more than one, but after you decide which one you're going to do, take the smiley face and drag it over the one that you've done, please, so we know which one you watched. So that's it for Monday. Just log into Dreambox and get going on that again. Complete the check-in form and do the intro video. If you want to keep going, I'm going to show you a little bit of the learn on Tuesday. And you can see your week is organized by learn, practice, and checkout. Okay, then on the learn it slide, you choose. You either do the Nearpod or you do the digital notes. You watch the video and take the notes. On the Nearpod, make sure you put in your first and last name and you complete all the activities. If you choose digital notes, you make sure you submit your notes on the slide. There's an extra video here if you want to watch that video. Here's your smiley face. You're going to move it and cover either the Nearpod or the notes, so whichever one you choose. The Nearpod is pretty good. You go over how to find the length of the hypotenuse of a right triangle using Pythagorean theorem. And then there's a short video on what Pythagorean theorem is. A squared plus b squared equals c squared. And then it tells you that the legs is what you square. This is your a and b. And then the c is the hypotenuse. Then there'll be practice problems on the Nearpod to try out. So we're going to do a squared plus b squared equals c squared. So what we do is we fill in, this is a, this is b, across from the right angle is always the c. So we're going to do 16 squared plus 30 squared equals c squared. And then you may want to grab your calculator because, 16 squared, that's 16 times 16. That's kind of a big number, unless you know it. But go ahead and calculate that. Okay, so that's 256 plus 30 squared, which is 900, equals c squared. Then you would add that together. Okay, so you add that together and you get 1,159. And then the final step, that's for c squared. The final step is to take the square root of that. So depending on what kind of calculator you have, if you have the one from school, it's second function x squared to get that square root symbol. So then you do the square root of 1156, which ends up being 34. So c is 34. And then you look over here, does your answer make sense? C should be the longest side. So we have 16, 30, and 34. So it does make sense. So you'll be able to practice Pythagorean theorem through the Nearpod if you choose this activity. Another example on the Nearpod looks like a sailboat where you have to find the diagonal of the sailboat or the hypotenuse, that's always the letter C across from the right triangle. So we use the formula a squared plus b squared equals c squared. And then you sub in the legs. In this case, they're 45 and 60, so we square those. Grab your calculator and do 45 squared or 45 times 45. Okay, so that's 2,025. And then 60 times 60 is 3,600. And that equals c squared. Then you simplify. Add those amounts together, which equals 5,625 for c squared. And then that final step is to take the square root of that. So that equals 75 for just C. Okay, then check it out. Does that make sense? We have 45, 60, and the longest side is 75, so that does make sense. So the Nearpod's really good practice in finding the hypotenuse. Okay, next I'll show you what the digital notes look like, so then you can decide if you're going to do the Nearpod or the digital notes. Keep in mind you must make a copy so you have it in your Google Drive. So here's what the notes page looks like, and as you watch the video, you'll fill in or type in the missing blanks. So it's a pretty nice organized format, and it goes through different examples as well. So it's your choice, the Nearpod or the digital notes. Then make sure you put a link or a photo of your digital notes right here on this slide so we could see it. Okay, so Monday, Dreambox, check-in form, and choose an intro video and put a smiley face on the one you chose. And then I did show you a little bit of the Learn It for Tuesday if you want to get started on that.